Hello, Danielle Sutherland.
Layla.
Madison.
I'm Keisha. Arlie.
Brooke. Our Earth gives us what we need. Our Earth gives us what we need, yet we tend to put financial gain above it. The law claims that it's there to protect us, yet we legalize so many mutations that kill us. A pipeline may give us oil, but our Earth gives us a chance to breathe. I refuse to be a part of a society that puts greed before respect. Greed is hollow, it's never satisfied. Statistics don't matter, it only takes one incident. Then our ecosystem is gone. There is no sugarcoating it. Respect is boundless. It's really all we need. Respect for fellow creature, like brother fish in the stream. I am so grateful to be a part of a community where I know you all agree. Enbridge is not welcome here. We want our rivers clean.
You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Many of us know this famous line by John Lennon, and it's never had more meaning to me. It's never had more meaning to me until right now. I'm not the only citizen of Canada who can see into the future of the hardships your approval of the pipeline will create. Devastation of the inevitable destruction will be the only outcome. We will not be able to overcome this selfish adversity if we choose to approve this disaster.
Destruction is built by the selfishness of society and the ignorance of natural beauty. Money and jobs, for how long? And the cost of these jobs could very well be your beautiful land and scenery. We will prosper for only so long, but then what of the future? Oil in the water our children will drink? Why can't any of you think? The family I hope to have in the future will be affected by your poor decisions. How dare you threaten all living species? You cannot guarantee there will not be issues. We've done our research. You cannot lie to us. You might say I dream too big, but I say you think too small. There has been previous spills and concerns over oil sands expansion and the associated risks in transportation. Under the current regulations, the recommendation made in the assessments are non-binding and the project could be approved even if significant adverse environmental and socio-economic effects were found. Don't you try to tell us not to worry. The economic costs of carbon emission have been ignored by Enbridge as well. The proposed pipeline has been criticized by several entities, including government and non-governmental organizations, the BC NDP, and independent sources, citing Enbridge's spotty history with pipeline installation, non-conformance to government regulations, and numerous spills. Not only that, most of us rely on fish and seafood to be at least 1/3 of our food supply. Do any of you know about the recent radiation plume from Fukushima? Well, guess what? There's been radiation leakage since the 70s. Why jeopardize and gamble with life furthermore? Also, fracking is going to be introduced to BC as well. Canada is governed by a system of laws. These laws are created by governments that are chosen by the people. Obviously, we chose the wrong government officials.
The Joint Review Panel, the National Energy Board, and the Canadian Environmental Assessment Agency gave a positive recommendation to the pipeline and stated that Canada and Canadians would be better off with the pipeline than without, but I do not agree with that statement. On March 24, 1989, 25 years ago, a tanker in Alaska struck a reef and spilled 11 million gallons of crude oil into the pristine Arctic water. It fouled the beaches, destroyed fisheries, and killed hundreds of thousands of birds and sea life, including whales and otters. To this day, the oil is still hurting the ecosystem. 4 years ago, there was an oil rig explosion which spilled 210 million gallons of oil into the Gulf of Mexico. A report made last Tuesday by the U.S. National Wildlife Federation states that the species of the Gulf of Mexico are still struggling with the health effects from the spill. 2 years ago, there was an oil spill on the Red Deer River that leaked 475,000 liters of oil into the river. On April 29, 2011, 4.5 million liters of oil was spilled northeast of the Peace River in Alberta. All these examples make the 209 conditions unpromising. The youth are supposed to be the future of tomorrow. But what if tomorrow there's an oil spill that destroys the salmon population? Just as the oil spill in Alaska nearly depleted the herring population. Our earth is our home, and the river is the heart of our culture. All my childhood involved being on the river, fishing, and setting net for salmon, which is a tradition that was passed on from generation to generation. If there is an oil spill, what am I supposed to teach my future children and grandchildren? The next generation will be deprived of cultural knowledge and traditions as a result of the government's greed. It's horrible that we have to fight our own government to save the environment.